Part 2, CJ's Vietnam Big Game. I'm now on the island. I'm within sight of the enemy base. I'm playing on the Vietnam team, pushing the Americans back. Find this little group of rentals that seem to be having a rough time, and I proceed to help them.
Left log pile, left log pile. Left spool, second spool there, log pile behind him.
So apparently, the majority of our team has kind of shifted to the other. This is the island part of the field. It's called that because there's actually a creek that runs through the field, and this section of the field, if there's enough water, is actually completely surrounded. And there's a couple of bridges. But apparently, the majority of our team has kind of split off to the other side of the field. And these poor rental guys apparently got stuck in the middle trying to hold back the other team from coming through this other trail that's sitting at the end there where I'm shooting. And they apparently got left there all by themselves. Uh, at least half of them have completely run out of paint, which they're completely unaware of. And I showed up and started laying down some fire, and that drew the attention of a few of the more experienced guys. Um, and they came back over and they were shooting pump guns. So at this point in time, I decide I'm going to lay a lot of cover fire and let these pump guys sit here, pick these guys off one by one, and I will just hold back the masses the best I can.
Yeah, we got guys right here. We got guys at the spool. All the spools on this side. Watch out that spool. The spool and the log pile. There's a guy behind the log pile in front of that spool. And there's a guy to the right of that spool somewhere. got you. I got you. Give me a second. Reloading. We got at least 3 coming in to reinforce. I got you. Watch out, there's at least 4 or 5 that came in to reinforce that guy. Shit, I don't know. I think that, isn't that theirs? I think that's theirs. Bees out! There's one more zone.
So at this point of the game, it's supposed to be the halfway point, pretty much. We've effectively pushed the other team back to their base. They haven't been able to complete any of their objectives. Our CO actually comes around and tells us we have to leave the field, let them progress, and then we'll start the second half. So begrudgingly, I do so. I get back to the main area of the field, and I'm looking at all of these people. I'm at the staging area, and I'm looking at all these people, and there's 150 people that I'm supposed to be shooting at. They're not on the field. I have completely wrecked a bunch of people's days because the hardcore scenario team that's supposed to be forming the base of that team and helping them push to win, yeah, they left the field hours ago. They're sitting in their little staging area, worn out, complaining they're all, got shot up and whatever. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and I'm 2, 3, 4 times the size of these guys, and I'm like, let's go. I want to play. I want to. I came here to play, and I'm supposed to be playing against mainly experienced players like you. So I'm not beating up on a bunch of 12-year-olds that came out here to have a good day. I want to grow paintball. I don't want to destroy a bunch of guys that came out to have a good time. And because you guys aren't out there helping them, I'm wrecking their day. At that point, I actually started handing out some of my gear, uh, some of my paint, everything. Like, I actually went and switched teams for a while. Technically, I wasn't supposed to. Like, I did it off the books. I ran out there, shot a bunch of my own team, and then came back without anybody knowing what the hell was going on. um, I that's kind of why I found this rental group of people. I found them. Everybody else had abandoned them pretty much, even though they were in a vital part of the field. Everybody else was like, whatever. you know, we need to grow paintball. These are the kind of players that, okay, if they get stuck, okay, as experienced players, I had all kinds of extra paint. And I wish in the moment that I would have thought of it, but I was in such a gunfight zone that I didn't. I should have been handing at least a couple of those guys pods, because I had extra pods with me. Wouldn't have been a big deal. I still had a case and a half of paint when I left the field. I still have a case of it that I still haven't shot. Um, these are the kind of players, bring them with you. If you're going to push, if you're going to charge, if you're going to do that, bring these guys with you. Let them use you as a meat shield. I do that all the time. I'm a big guy. I can get 2 or 3 guys, small guys behind me. And if I'm leading the charge, especially with like the Rise or something, where I'm throwing all kinds of paint, I can get 3, 4 rental guys behind me really amped up and start shooting. You saw that. You can witness that in the video. When I start letting paint fly, those rental guys, they suddenly were like, hey, we got backup. And they start dumping paint. Even the guys that they're out of paint, they don't even realize it, so they still are just going to go at it. They're pumping air at the other team. These are the kind of guys that'll help us grow the sport. And that's what we want to do at the end of the day. So there you go, guys. There's my footage from CJ's for the Vietnam Big Game. Trying to improve with cameras and everything. Being a broke college student, that's a little hard to do, but it is one of the goals. See what we can do.